Hey guys, what's up? My name's Todd, and today we're going to check out a game of Team Deathmatch on the map Cracked. Using the usual setup, lightweight, sleight of hand, marathon with a submachine gun. This video I actually wanted to do a few things differently, and I really would appreciate your guys' feedback on it to see if it's something that you enjoy with some of the direction I'm taking on the editing. I'm not the most amazing player. I have a handful of deaths every single game, sometimes more than a couple handfuls. But in some of the next coming videos, I wanted to kind of focus on some of the mistakes that I've made in my gameplay, and kind of show different perspective, because I know when I'm playing and I die, it's always like the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, there's no way that could have happened, you know. But then, thanks to theater mode and like the kill cam, you're always like, oh, okay, whatever. And it kind of removes some of that that rage, I guess, or it quenches the fire. But some of the situations that I run into are kind of unavoidable deaths. Like I have one coming up here in a second after I slash at these guys, which is kind of funny. I've been knifing a lot more. So here we can see, you know, I take out these three guys, you know, knifing them all as they enter the room, and I'm trying to get into cover, but the guy down the way, he sees me before I really get in there, and kind of cleans me up. Is there anything else that I could have done there? I'm not really sure. It's kind of like, maybe if I was not involved in that situation at all, sure, I wouldn't have died there, but like, I'm not really sure what I could have done differently. And some deaths you're going to have that, where it's not really your fault, you're just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's completely acceptable to me. I don't get mad at those deaths. It's just kind of like, ugh. But the ones I get mad at are when I make a really stupid bonehead decision, like avoiding cover, or, you know, just running out in the middle of, or like the nowhere and sprinting in front of someone when I should have just like remained stationary and shot at them. But I don't know, a lot of that just comes with practice and getting used to your environment and stuff. I'm running into a lot of that with the new maps from First Strike, because I don't know the layouts. I just kind of run out there and go for it, which isn't usually the best tactic. I'm not sure if you guys remember, I did a dual commentary with a friend of mine, Napoleon. We actually just got a podcast up and running, so I'll have some information for the podcast in the description of this video. And tried to knife that guy, wasn't fast enough. On my screen I did the animation, and then when you look in the replay, it doesn't even really show it. He didn't even knife me. It was literally, I don't know, I'm kind of chalking that one up to maybe a latency issue, who had the better connection, or maybe he doesn't play with tactical button layout like I do, and he just got the knife off faster. But whatever, what can you do, you know? But yeah, we ended up doing a podcast. We took care of that last night, and it was a lot of fun. It was just me and him talking, kind of going over some of the new games that are coming out that we're both interested in playing, or even just curious about in general. Like, we don't really know anything about them, but are kind of, you know, on the lookout for information. So I strongly encourage you guys to check that out if you're into, you know, podcasts at all. If you have an hour to blow while you're on the way to work or something, just toss it in your iPod. But yeah, we go over a little bit about ourselves in more detail, kind of like past jobs that we've had, and don't totally talk about our YouTube channels or anything like that. I'm not really trying to use it as like a way to promote the channel directly or anything, but just kind of more or less connect with the community on another level. So, but yeah, it is a lot of fun, and it's about an hour long, I think. We don't want to go too far above that. I don't know how I did this. The backward dolphin dive. If you can replicate that somehow on purpose, I'd be curious to see it. I was trying to get out that window, but kind of choked. Yeah, I ended up like doing a pretty decent overall on this map. Cracked is one of those maps that when the game first came out, I liked how it looked, but I never could pull off a decent game on it. I was always in the median or at the bottom when I finished. It was just kind of like Berlin Wall is to me now. There's so many areas that I just felt like there are too many places to hide. here's one that I definitely could have avoided. You see in the replay, I definitely was sprinting after I had seen the opponent, and I should have just stopped sprinting, pulled up the sights, and removed that whole forward mentality and taken him out. But I kind of made a oopsie there. But yeah, now that I'm kind of comfortable with Cracked, you know, I've had a good, you know, two and a half months of playing Black Ops under my belt, to where nothing about it is really confusing. I don't feel like there are too many buildings. Like with Berlin Wall, since I'm unfamiliar with the map, I just feel like there are so many buildings to hide in, so many places that I just have no idea where people can be. And that's what I felt like with this place. But you know, after you play it, you kind of force yourself to get comfy with it, and you'll be good to go. Like this guy. See, map knowledge helps get kills like this, where this dude totally is facing toward that door. I knew there was another entrance into that room, and you know, you throw distraction and get around him. But Berlin Wall, you know, you throw me in an environment where I have no idea, you know, what's going on, then I'm done for. Every time I knife this guy and I watch this video, I think that I knife a lot more than I used to. I know one of my first videos I kind of talked on that subject very briefly, where I never think to knife, and lately, since I've been playing this class as opposed to like an assault rifle class, I'm so on the move, like constantly, that knifing is sometimes the only way to get a kill. Yeah, that guy had a bad day. Yeah, so I'm kind of starting to rely on it a little bit more. I'm not going to switch to the old default button layout. So here there are barrels, or these like containers to the left. Instead of sprinting out into the open, I really should have used the cover, because I mean, I probably still would have died to that one guy because he would have been facing me and still flanking me. But at the same time, it would have given me, you know, maybe a bullet or two missing me, to where I could have switched over and knocked out that dude. But it's hard to say. It's one of those things where you need to train yourself to run for cover as opposed to, you know, diving right into someone's face and trying to shoot him. And I don't know. It's just maybe a practice thing, maybe just using intuition, but whatever it is, I don't necessarily have it all the time. I use cover decently, but it's not, you know, I'm not utilizing it to my full potential. And I guess, you know, looking at videos like this, being able to, luckily they have theater mode for anybody to be able to review their own gameplay. But yeah, I don't know. This is a classic scenario of choosing my engagement poorly. I decided to loop around and try and go for that kill, but I did so in the worst possible area. I was in the middle of the street, an intersection where I could have gotten to high ground, like up on one of the buildings and shot down at the guy, or just ignored that engagement altogether. And I think chances are that was probably the better decision, to just say he got past me, take a peek at the radar, see that there were arrows over there taking care of him, and been good with it. So this is one of those unlucky deaths. This guy was firing at my teammate, and I happened to run right into his muzzle flash and got kind of owned. So that was one of those deaths where it just happens. You kind of spam through the kill cam, you don't even care, you know what happened, and say F it and move on. Yeah, people were starting to back out here toward the end, very last death here of the game, which I almost had the final kill cam. I thought I had it actually, until it actually showed what had occurred. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying you know, some of the editing decisions that I'm making on the series that I'm putting out. If you guys, you know, like or dislike it, or think it's unnecessary, anything, you know, tell me what's up, what you guys think. I'm really curious, you know, if putting in the extra effort is, you know, remotely interesting. Because I have fun making the videos, but at the same time, if people don't really care one way or another, then I'll just leave it out. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and take it easy, guys.